Back now, 6:13. Call it a comeback for the annual White House Easter egg roll. After being suspended for 2 years because of the pandemic, the White House is gearing up for in-person festivities.
30,000 parents and children are expected to flood the south lawn of the White House this morning. WUSA 9 anchor Larry Miller joins us from there live with what is in store today. Good morning, Larry.
Yeah, lots of excitement, guys. Good to see you this morning as well. I just had the opportunity to briefly speak with a family that's actually making their way to the White House now because the gates open at 7:30, at least for that first wave. So they're going to get in line and get ready for that. They tell me, listen, they're really excited. They're looking forward to it. For them, this is a return to normalcy after our world was upended for 2 years because of the COVID-19 pandemic. The theme this year for the White House Easter egg roll is Education, focusing on learning and schools.
That was the sound of an excited youngster back in 2019, the last time the White House welcomed thousands of children and adults for the annual White House Easter egg roll. The excitement, the fun will make its return to the South Lawn this morning. The coronavirus pandemic forced White House staff to cancel the annual tradition that dates back to 1878 when President Rutherford B. Hayes was in office. The theme this year is Egg-ucation, inspired by First Lady Dr. Jill Biden, a longtime educator. Much of the activities this year will focus on learning. There will be a schoolhouse where children will dye eggs, a talent show. There will also be a reading nook where actor and singer Kristen Chenoweth is expected to read her book, What Will I Do With My Love Today? And don't forget the kid favorite, the egg races, which have seen subtle changes over the years. Lena Mann is a historian with the White House Historical Association.
In the early years of doing these egg rolls, it was real eggs. And as you can imagine, it would have been sort of a smelly, big mess on the White House grounds. So starting more in like the 1980s, the Reagans had started doing like a wooden egg hunt with wooden eggs, and then that morphed into this idea of doing these commemorative wooden eggs.
20,000 commemorative wooden eggs were donated by the White House Historical Society for the event. These commemorative eggs come in 5 different colors with the signature of the President and First Lady. In addition to a day of fun, families will walk away with valuable lessons about education and a bit of history too.
I think it'll be very exciting for people, particularly like local Washington people that like to go to this event. I think we'll be very excited to see it back on the books.
Yeah, it will be exciting, no doubt, and we're already starting to see that excitement with the volunteers and for the kids that have been making their way to the White House. The last time we saw a pretty extensive suspension of the White House Easter egg roll was between 1943 and 1953. That would have been around the end of World War II and the major renovation that took place at the White House in the early 50s. The last time that we saw a suspension of the White House Easter egg roll. Regarding vaccinations, regarding umbrellas, we've had an opportunity to speak with one family who says that in order to get into the White House Easter egg roll today, they were not asked about their vaccination status, but they weren't exactly clear whether or not that was consistent for everyone that will be attending today. As far as umbrellas, we're told that's one thing that you're not allowed to have. Probably not the best thing considering the weather that we're expecting later on this afternoon. Guys?
All right, Larry Miller reporting from the White House. Thank you, sir.